In recent days, Social Security has been under DOGE's spotlight, the team sifting through databases and revealing more than 20 million people over the age of 100 are still listed in the system. Elon Musk posted this screenshot on X showing how many people are in the Social Security database grouped by age. It shows 3.4 million people between 120 and 129 years old. It shows 3.5 million people between 140 and 149 years old, 1.3 million in their 150s, and so forth. Musk wrote in the caption, according to the Social Security database, these are the numbers of people in each age bucket with the death field set to false. Maybe Twilight is real and there are a lot of vampires collecting Social Security. While the findings are now in the spotlight, they're not a new revelation for the Social Security Administration, as Inspector General reports in previous years detailed the same concerns over all these people in the system when they're likely dead. But just because they are listed in the database doesn't mean they're receiving benefits. A Social Security policy implemented in 2015 automatically stops payments to anyone over the age of 115 years old. And while the DOGE team sifts through in search of fraud, President Trump highlighted the issue in a press conference Tuesday in Florida.
We have millions and millions of people over 100 years old. Everybody knows that's not so. We have a very corrupt country. Very corrupt country, and it's a sad thing to say, but we're figuring it out. Now, the good thing about Social Security and what I read is if you take all of those numbers off, because they're obviously fraudulent or incompetent, but if you take all of those millions of people off Social Security, all of a sudden we have a very powerful Social Security.
The president there suggested the numbers are either fraud or incompetence by the Social Security Administration. And several Inspector General reports throughout the years suggest it is a lack of updates to the system. An audit from 2023 found the Census Bureau estimated approximately 86,000 individuals residing in the United States were age 100 or older. The Social Security Administration's Numinant, or database, included approximately 18.9 million number holders who were born in 1920 or earlier but had no death information on their record. Death information missing from the database and the Death Master File hampers both Social Security and government-wide efforts to prevent and detect fraud and misuse. Under recommendations, the Inspector General suggested the SSA add death information to the records, offering 3 different methodologies, but concluded the Social Security Administration disagreed with our recommendations. In the SSA's response to the audit, former Social Security Chief of Staff Scott Frey wrote, "While we understand the Inspector General's assumption that these individuals are likely deceased, we do not have death information for these individuals. We found that the possible solutions would have limited or no benefit for the administration of our programs and were too costly to implement." The Social Security Administration previously said it would cost $9 million to update its systems, but argues it's not worth it since these individuals listed as being over 115 years old aren't receiving benefits. They're just still in the system, lacking death records. The IG's report found almost none of the number holders discussed in the report were receiving payments. An audit last summer found out of almost $8.6 trillion paid out in benefits, $72 billion was deemed as improper payments. This amounts to less than 1%, with most of the money being overpayments to living people. In early January, the U.S. Treasury recovered $31 million in a variety of government payments, including Social Security, improperly paid to dead people. The Treasury suspects hundreds of millions more will be recovered through 2026. While there wasn't a substantial percentage of fraud found in these reports, the president says DOGE will do its own audit to see if they discover more, and Social Security won't be the only agency getting the DOGE come-through treatment. Thanks for watching our news update. If you like this story, check out our mobile app where you can personalize notifications to receive alerts from specific reporters or on specific issues that matter most to you. Or you can always find us online at san.com.